Chapter 12 Overstreet. Samantha Carver and Andy DiNardo, the third, the robot boy, or android, or whatever he was, walked together in the peaceful forest. Andy knew the way, and Sam followed. The game was over. Sam had not realized it had been a game all along. Andy said, "My assignment was to keep you safe." "You were protecting me?" Sam said. "I thought I was the one who saved you, remember?" Andy glanced at Sam. He looked down, almost in shame. "That is what I wanted you to believe." They walked for 20 minutes, most of it in silence. "Where are you taking me?" Sam demanded. Andy stopped. "We have arrived." He pointed to a cabin in the woods. It was a small, ramshackle place, with only one window and a door. A whisper of smoke curled from the chimney. "All of your questions will soon be answered." He turned to look at Sam, with his human-like face made of synthetic plastic, wires, chips, and flashing lights. "I am sorry," he said. He gestured with his arm. "You were not meant to see me this way." Sam couldn't help but marvel. She was talking to an android. No wonder he had such a peculiar way of speaking. Every word was flattened out, without expression. Now Sam understood why. "You don't use contractions," Sam said. "I am sorry. You were not meant." "I knew there was something weird about the way you talked." "It is a bug in the software," Andy admitted. "I cannot speak in contractions." "No, you can't," Sam said defiantly. "No, I cannot," he replied, and smiled. The cabin door squeaked open. It was an invitation. "Come inside." Sam looked at Andy. She wasn't sure. "You once asked me to trust you," he said. "Now I ask the same of you. Trust me. I will protect you, always." Inside the cabin, the thin man in the black suit sat at a long wooden table. He was the man who took Sam's ticket outside the Dragon Tooth. "Please," he gestured to an empty chair. "Sit, Samantha Carver. I have food, lemonade. A phone to call your parents." Sam looked at the tray of fruit, sandwiches, and snacks. Her stomach twisted with hunger. She did not sit. "Who are you?" Sam asked. "I thought you might have guessed by now," the man said. "My name is Phineas Z. Overstreet." "The billionaire?" The man bowed his head. "At your service. I see you have met my son." Sam blinked. She looked at Andy. "Your son?" Overstreet grinned, revealing yellow teeth behind thin lips. "Well, not technically, of course. Andy is an android, as you can see. His last name, DiNardo. That was a clue we left for you." "An anagram," Sam replied. She sat down at the table, reached for an Oreo, and twisted it open. "DiNardo, android. I figured it out when I saw his face was made of wires and stuff." The man spoke to Andy. "I see you've sustained an injury, Andrew. You will be repaired at the lab." "Are you an android too?" Sam asked. The man coughed in an odd sort of laughter. "No," he answered. "I am merely a lonely billionaire, shut off from the rest of the world." "So you built an android?" The man nodded. His searching eyes fell on the window, as if fearful of the great world outside, recalling loneliness and cruelty. And at that moment he seemed impossibly sad. His gaze returned to Sam's face. "Yes, I created Andy. I think of him as a son." "So all of this," Sam said, "everything that happened to me, the explosions, the avalanche in the tunnel, the spaceship, the bats, the danger, none of it was real?" "The bats were real," Overstreet replied. "Imported from Argentina." "What about the perished man covered in blood?" Sam asked. "The woman with the fire extinguisher?" "Actors. The blood was red glop, ketchup or something of the sort," Overstreet answered. "And the other kids on the ride? What happened to them?" Sam asked. Overstreet tilted his head sideways. His eyes flickered with mischief. "They are safe. I suppose you could say they had adventures of their own." "The spaceship?" "A hologram." "Where are my parents?" Sam asked. "They are waiting at a luxury hotel. My treat, of course. Probably sitting by the pool, sipping cool drinks, dangling their toes in the water. It's all been explained to them, said Phineas C. Overstreet. You can see them as soon as you wish. I wish, Sam said. She stood, sighed, and shook her head with weariness. I was scared out of my mind. I thought I was going to perish. I can't believe that none of it was real. Your bravery was real, Overstreet said. I am real. Andy had been standing against the wall in silence. Now he stepped forward and looked at Sam. Sam considered the creature that stood before her, an android named Andy DiNardo III. He was like Pinocchio. Not a real boy, not really. He was a science project made of rods, plastic, chips, and software. He had no heart. Sam walked up, looked him in the eye, and hugged the android close to her chest. Thank you for protecting me, she said. She turned to the lonely man in the dull black suit. Mr. Overstreet, she said, after I see my parents, I want one more thing. Yes? I want to do it again. Again? He raised an eyebrow. She grinned, white teeth gleaming. You've created the greatest thrill ride in amusement park history, and I want to go again, she declared. Again, again, again. A buzz came from inside Overstreet's jacket pocket. He pulled out a sleek metallic device. Yes? I see. He spoke into it. Please send along the helicopter. And what is the status of the new prototype? He listened, eyes fixed on Samantha. Send an image, please. Overstreet jabbed a finger expertly at the device in his hands. A photograph appeared for his eyes only. His thin lips curled into a smile. Very nice. We'll need 500 more by the 1st of next month. Where does the ride begin? And when does it end? What is real? And what is part of some plan we can't begin to comprehend? Do any of us really know? And might there be, in some secret laboratory, a small army of androids lined up in tidy rows, each one wearing your face? The end. Well, thank you for joining me on this different adventure that we're used to. We're so used to Magic Tree House and books kind of similar to it. It's fun to try new things, though, especially when it matches the theme of the month that we're in. So October is spooky month, right? And this book was a little bit spooky, a little bit unnerving. If you liked it, please leave a like. And until next time, Halflings, be well and stay tuned for the next book reading. Take care. Bye, Halflings.